Welcome to this episode of Liberty Creek. On this episode, Jen and I are up here again at the cabin. We're going to do a little work again, trying to clear that spot for the shed build. Now, it is Friday the 13th. It's September 13th. It's a Friday. And we're up here and it's spooky wooky out. It's pretty dark and the stars are out. I know this camera can't pick up any of that. But guess who else is out? Jennifer's owl, and it's screeching and yelling. As soon as we pulled in the driveway, it's going nuts. And there's another one too. They're going back and forth. So we just made it up here. Like I said, we plan on cleaning up over by the shed and doing some stuff and relaxing a little bit. But tomorrow's supposed to be a beautiful day, and I want to put some work over there. Also, I did get my dueling tree. Jen gave it to me for my birthday. It is not my birthday yet, folks. I got quite a few more days, but we got the 6" by 3/8 AR 500 steel dueling tree. So I will set that up. It had great reviews on Amazon, and I'll set that up and maybe I'll pop off a couple rounds to see if I still got it. I don't know if you can see me, but that probably that makes for a crappy video. I wonder if you can actually see the box. You could. All right. So tomorrow I'll set that up and maybe I'll even pop off a couple rounds. So until then, we're going to call it a night here, go inside, watch a little TV, relax, because it's dark out and we don't got the fire going, and I just need to lay down because I just drove about 3.5 hours from work to home, from home to the cabin on a Friday night, and it's getting dark way before 8 o'clock, and we made it up here about 8:05, unloaded. It's close to 9 now, so I'll see y'all in the morning, see what we can get into on this trip up at Liberty Creek. Right, Jen? She's over there somewhere. I don't know if you can see her in the dark. She's listening to her owl.
Yep. I'm here.
All right, we're in the cabin for the night, and my son and a bunch of his friends were up here last weekend. We didn't get a chance to go up, and it actually looks like he did a good job at keeping the place clean. The place is clean. Everything looks good. Almost can't tell someone was here. Now, tomorrow is a different subject altogether when I go and check the range. He was at the range. I know he shot a lot of rounds. I want to see if he picked up his brass. If he didn't pick up his brass, I'm going to kick him in the ass. But he did leave a bunch of snacks. Let's check out the snacks. Oh, look at this. We got some wheat thins. Oh, you brought the wheat thins. We got some Rice Krispie treats. We got some mini muffins. We got some chips. Not bad. Bag of Doritos? Where? Oh yeah, bag of Doritos. What else is in here? What the Doritos are these? Blazing Buffalo Ranch. I don't think I'm going to be eating that. Those will be up here till he gets them back up. All right. So, all right. This time for real. We'll see you in the morning. All right. We're going to late jump on things because my lazy ass didn't get out of bed until almost 9. That's unheard of. I went back to sleep. All last week I was sick. If you saw the last video, that was 2 weeks ago from this time, and I already said this is today's the 14th. So I was sick all last week. I don't know what was wrong with me, and so today I caught up on some of my sleep. I feel fine. Yeah, I'm good to go now. But when we got up here, I noticed the batteries were really, really low, and they have been working flawlessly, knock on wood, since I put them in the spring. Awesome. I don't think I ever ran out of power up here unless there was an issue, and we had an issue. All of a sudden, I got here last night, I was at 50%. I couldn't figure out why because I was pretty sure it was a sunny day all day yesterday. This morning I woke up, it was 28%, looked out. Like I said, I woke up late. I had full sun on the panels, and I looked at the app, and there was no power coming into the batteries. So then I started investigating. I I looked at the unit, it was plugged in correctly. I looked at all the wiring, it was all plugged in correctly. I tried to pull the long wire because it's on that side of the cabin and the panels are here. And everything was connected. I started going through all the connections, everything looked fine. So I was about to flip my shit because, you know, I had many problems in the past and now I can't figure it out. So I'm gonna have to get a separate solar panel, hook it up directly, see if it feeds. I have to start troubleshooting. I don't want to troubleshoot anything. This should be plug and play and stop being a headache. But things happen, and Jen was standing over there, and I have a fuse in one of the lines. I used to have them on every single panel, but I was having all types of trouble, and I was just unplugging and plugging them back in. So I took all the fuses out, and I was just plugging them in directly. So I put it on the main hotline into the cabin, just one fuse. And she looked at it, and she's like, "That looks funny. It looks like it's like melted." So I don't know if you could tell. So I picked it up, and I said, "Yeah, that looks like it's warped and melted." And this is what it should look like. So, that being said, it's obvious something, maybe too much amperage or something somehow happened and this heated up really good. I don't know if it didn't pop, maybe it didn't pop the fuse, but eventually it did, and that's why I stopped feeding, and it did its job, thank God, because more than likely it would have caused a fire somewhere. I put another one on that line. I have another one as well. I might put it on the black line going in. I have no idea what caused the problem. Any suggestions, let me know. All right, folks, so take a break from cutting the grass. I'm doing my paths, and I got about there, and I looked on the front porch, and Jennifer comes walking out with lunch. Okay, so if you've been following our last episode, I think we went to the Garlic Festival, and it was disappointing. Since then, Jen and I went to what fair?
Bethlehem.
The Bethlehem Fair in Connecticut. And it had a lot of fair foods, and I always try to grab a corn dog. I like corn dogs, and I was disappointed once again with the corn dogs. So I don't know, maybe I'm just used to like the crappy refrigerated brand from I'm so used to that, like, you know, that taste. But now Jen said she was going to try to make corn dogs. So I see her come walking out of the cabin with a tray of corn dogs, homemade. I'm going to give them a try. Well, Jennifer, they look pretty damn good.
Yeah, I was surprised it actually worked.
So let me give it a whirl.
Is it corny? No? You gonna make me have one?
It's not. I'm still not getting the taste I'm used to. I think it's just because I'm used to the store bought stuff in your refrigerator, and it's got that like that almost like
Pancakey.
pancakey breadish type of coating. This is more
Cornbread.
crisp. I don't get the like the
You can make it with pancake mix.
it's like
You can make these with pancake mix.
I kept thinking. Can you see Jennifer? I keep seeing it, thinking that was the sun hitting the side of her face.
What is it?
It's cornbread, like
Oh.
pancake. It's all right here, big white street.
I was busy.
Yeah, I thought it was like the sun hitting it. So, this, kid you not, this could be the two places that, let me say again, $9 at the Bethlehem Fair for a corn dog. Was walking, I was disappointed, and then I seen a second one that says like, homemade, everything. $12 for one corn dog, folks. This is ridiculous. I remember when I was a kid, we were like $3. So I tried it. Disappointed. This, not that I'm disappointed. This is amazing. Jennifer's able to make these.
You want the more pancakey one.
But these absolutely could be sold at the carnival. And I'm not kidding because it's just Jennifer's, but I think I enjoy them better. I don't know. Did you boil these hot dogs?
They're cooked already.
Something different. One thing I don't like. You need thinner sticks. Probably. I don't know how they do it, but something with the sticks too.
Maybe don't put them all through the whole
Yeah.
thing.
So when I was at the fair, I almost broke my tooth. I didn't think it would be like at the very tip.
I mean, I didn't try the ones at the fair, so I have no idea. But I put a little sugar in it because you said they weren't sweet enough.
Yeah.
But I think the ones in the freezer section are definitely more. They're not cornbread.
What?
It's like
The
pancake.
Pancake mix? Yeah, they're very like almost
Fluffy.
like cake. Yeah.
Yeah. You could taste the or you could feel the cornmeal in these.
Good. No. It's another successful thing that Jennifer knows how to make. We could definitely sell these. I still wouldn't sell them for $12 to anyone because it's freaking ridiculous. How much do you think it costs to make 4 of these?
A package of hot dogs is what, like $5? Cornmeal and flour is nothing. Pennies. So there's 8 dogs.
So these people,
I would say $3, $4.
they always say they mark things up 3 times what it's worth.
Well,
This is like
them, I guess.
No.
Depends on what hot dogs you use.
Well, one hot dog, if it's $5 a pack, and they come in packs of what, 6?
8.
8. Okay, and then basically everything else, the sticks and stuff. Let's say it cost you
Probably
$2.
$2, yeah.
You're selling them for 12.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I would sell them for 6.
That's smaller.
Huh?
Yeah. I wouldn't feel that would rip anybody off if you sell them for 6. All right, folks, so the grass looks great. I cut the grass, nothing different, takes forever. The mower is still hanging on there. It's working good for once. I'm always hitting something. I'm just waiting for it to break again. So my plan right now is I'm going to drag all this dead out. All this stuff here I'm going to drag out, cut it up, weed whack all the ferns back so I can see what's going on. Then we'll go over there, and I'm thinking about kicking around the idea of just attempting to move those big giant rocks. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it today, but I want to see how far I get over here, and then we'll move to that project. Whew. It's a little warm. It's getting warm. So I did a lot. I chopped up everything. As you can see, it's not as good as it was last year because I had to go all the way down to the creek over here. But I exposed a bunch of firewood I cut up last year, but I didn't bring it up. So I got to bring that up, and I'll split it and I'll use it. I got this tree. This has been down for like, I don't know, a year, hung up there. I'm gonna pull that out of there, chop that up. That'll be firewood for the, that looks like a pine. Is it a pine? Or is it a birch? I have to look at it. It's a birch. I'll use it inside the house. Yeah, what the problem this year is also is all these loose twigs and sticks and all the little stumps left over from like the saplings we cut and stuff to clear this area. It is a pain to push that thing over them. And then once it hits like a fixed object, like a rock, one of those like this right here, little stump, it will, and if my tire gets stuck on something behind it or something, it will chew the string up very quickly, and then it takes me 5 minutes to replace the string. So it's a pain in the ass. That one was good. I had the string up a little higher. I think I had it up on the 4th rung. I like it low so it gets right down, and it like totally just disintegrates the ferns. You don't see anything left, but when you put up high, you see stuff left. So it does look a hell of a lot cleaner. I mean, you could walk over here. Probably next week when all the ferns now die, turn brown, this will look so clean. But I got to get over here and remove all this crap, stuff like this, and then I should be able to maintain. The plan is for this side of the yard, I wanted to clean it up because I want to get in here if I can. If I do rent a stump grinder, you know, I got stumps all over the place. If I'm going to rent it, I want to get rid of these stumps. And I'll be able to do about, you know, all these stumps, and I'll do the stumps over there where I want to put the shed. So not sure if it's going to happen, but that's the plan right now. Either this weekend coming up or the weekend after. But yeah, yep. Jen did a hell of a lot, as you saw, burning. She's over there taking a rest now. Yeah, and the plan, long-term plan is for this side of the yard. A lot of people ask me, why you cut all the trees down over here? Actually, it wasn't too many big trees. I think there was two big trees over here. The rest were just like small, and I wanted more of a view this way. I wanted the sun to be able to come and hit that side of the cabin as well, just in case if I was gonna move my solar. And I want more room because what I would like to do, vision, usually I put the vision in here and then I make it reality. It takes a while, a lot of work, but there's a stone wall at the end of the trail, one on this side up on the hill. Actually, it starts right here. There's a stone wall going down, and there's a stone wall on the bottom. If I ever get myself a tractor, I want to load up that stone and bring it up top here. And I would love to, hopefully this, let me come back down here because the music will demonetize my video. On the top, I want to put the stone wall. I don't even care if it's like 3 stones high. I'm trying to talk over the music because if it catches any bit of that, I won't be able to use this part of the video. So up there, I would like to put the stone wall to separate this part from the side yard, and this would be like a garden area of like flowers and like maybe a park bench. I would like to bring in some more dirt and level it out some, but we'll see what happens. And I would like to make a break in it and put like a fence to enter this side. It's just something Jen and I a long time ago, very long time ago. You ever watch as a child, or not even child, I think my kids watch it. It was called the Hidden Garden, I think it's called. Well, when we watched that together, I said, I'm gonna make you a hidden garden one day. And you know, the hidden garden was a stone wall. It was like 8 feet high. It was this big piece of land that was all stoned in, and the little kid was in the woods playing. I don't even remember the story, but she stumbled across it, and it was like this old cast iron gate, if I remember right, and she found the key in the house. She opened it, and it was like a beautiful garden. So yeah, I thought that would be pretty cool. We'll see what happens or how it comes about, but first shed, work on the trails, work on this side at that point. And after the shed, everything I should be working on is the land. Besides, I still have to do trim and stuff like that on the cabin. I got to skirt the cabin. I still got to put a floor down in the cabin, and that's all coming and just takes money and time. But we have a lot to do, and I got to get going. I got to go start doing it. All right. Serious now. Hopefully the battery don't die. It's been almost a half an hour since I pushed it, got the chain. Still record. Still record. Oh my God, I got Durant playing. This will be unmonetized. We are still burning. Rocks have been moved. We're all set. Def Leppard. I was never a fan. All right, so I made it in the house and I'm all showered up. I was gonna shoot a video of me switching from the generator back to solar. I think I've done it in the past. I got halfway through the video outside and the battery died on the camera, so you'll never see that. So I had to go to the generator and have it charge the batteries up a little bit. We were around like 20%, and I ran it for about 2 hours, got it up to about 52%, I believe. You know, it's 3 batteries, so it takes a lot longer. And yeah, I have not ran the gas generator to charge the batteries in a very long time, maybe 2-3 months, because I don't have to. And because of the problem with the fuse, the batteries got very low. Now, my son was here last weekend with his friends. And you know, these kids, they don't go to bed at a normal time. They spent a lot of time in the cabin probably playing video games because things were moved around. Looked like they probably hooked something up to the television. And that's just these younger adults, I should say. And so I was monitoring the power usage from my house while my son, and he had quite a few friends up, maybe about 6 friends. And whatever they were doing, they were killing the EcoFlow. So by the time he left, he spent probably a full 2 days here, just like Jen and I. He got up here Friday night, late Friday night, but you know, he used a lot more electricity than Jen and I do, because we're usually outside the cabin all day, just like today. Now, he got it down to, like, I told him, you're probably going to wake up with no power. But he never dropped it to the point that the power died. And it took about 3 days to get it back up to 98%, I think I seen it at, because it was sunny. Had 3 good sunny days afterwards and charged the whole system right back up. So that's good. Now, because of the fuse problem, and I wasn't monitoring it very closely, I noticed that the power was going down, but I really noticed it when I got up here. So I did top off the batteries. Well, I didn't top them off. I got them back up to about 52%. So tomorrow, hopefully the sun will actually do the rest for me, because it's nice not to run that generator. We used to go through like a 5-gallon tank of gas every weekend, especially when we were doing things like, you know, running generators, the compressor and stuff like that. When we're building, I mean, we were constantly running the generator. And it's because you have to run it. Even though it has eco, if you want any sort of electricity, you have to run it. So much better with solar and the battery, because you could just have your basics on. Like we have Starlink on 24/7. Back then, without generator running, no Starlink. So and if I wanted Starlink running, it only takes, I forget what it takes, maybe 80 watts to get Starlink running, but the generator will be running, burning through gas. It's not going to just give the 80 watts. It's going to give more. So far this year, the system has worked awesome. Yeah, perfectly. Everything that we thought it should do. You never will have a big enough battery bank. We know that. You would have to really use stuff during the day on sunny days and really manage the electricity if you were living up here full time. I guess you could have a big enough battery bank, but with this, I would have to invest probably about another $5,000, because I would have to get a main unit to be capable of give the 220, but my whole thing would be to get the main unit just so I could add another 2 batteries to it. But I will not be doing that. The new EcoFlow looks pretty interesting in the way it is designed, and it's a bigger battery and it has heaters for the winter, but I'm not going that route either. All right, so it's like 9 o'clock in the morning. Jen and I woke up, we had our coffee, And I started to dig into my birthday present. I don't even think I have time today to try it out, but I wanted to see, because the box was taped very heavily on one side, so I wanted to see if there was any missing parts. So this is what Jen got me for my birthday. It had good reviews on the internet, and I told her she did not have to get me anything for my birthday, but this has been in my like wish list for like 2 years. But so it is packaged very nicely. I'm pretty sure nothing's missing out of it. But when I first looked at the box when it was delivered, there was lots and lots of clear tape on one side. And I, as a kid, used to work at UPS, and I know what that means. If you have extra tape on your box that didn't come from the manufacturer, that means through the belt system of one of the hubs that the box was delivered to, it probably was damaged, something ripped open, and when it goes down to the truck to be placed into to be delivered, the worker says, oh man, stuff's falling out of this box. So he grabs the tape roll and tapes the crap out of your box. If anything fell out, it fell out. They find it somewhere on the belt, somewhere during the next day or that day, and they don't know where it came from. And it goes to, I don't know where it goes actually. So, but it doesn't go to you. So, two things. Either someone's, in this case it wouldn't be, but the box, someone identifies if there's a little thief among the workers at the shipping company, and they say, oh man, I know what's in that box. It's a Rolex, or it's a firearm, or it's something of value. They know what's in that unmarked box because they have some type of knowledge of what the shipper ships very expensive items in, what type of box. They will go ahead and make sure that box gets broken into. And then it becomes missing. They tape it and they send it on the way. You get it, you open it, and it's missing something. Or, like I said, more than likely, about 99% of the time, it is the way that the hubs have their sorting. It comes down belts from the sort aisle, and it gets down to the belt that you work on, and it gets caught in a corner, and they have these people running around. I don't know if they do anymore, but we call them jam breakers, and they would climb up the belt system and find why boxes ain't coming down the brown belt. It's because a big box like the one that I just showed you got jammed across the belt, and it's backing up the whole flow of boxes, causing our boxes being crushed and ripped open. And there you go. Got a little taste of what it is to work the sort lines at UPS. But anyway, that was back in 1993. I don't know if it's like that anymore. They could have everything, technology and stuff. Who knows? But let me take a look at this. I'm gonna try to assemble it here on the porch, see how hard it is. I'll let you know in a minute.
A few moments later.
Okay, so basically it's all assembled for me except for the legs. I'll give you a look here. So it came out of the box like that. This is the heavy part, and these are.
Put it together.
No, it was packaged too nicely. Okay. So basically, unfortunately, as I thought, the box had a little damage to it. It probably opened somewhere, and I'm missing 4 bolts, 4 washers, 4 nuts, and some other washer. And I don't think ground stakes came with it. You just have to purchase it. So basically, if you look at it, this is the tree, okay? What happens is you could do different games with it, but these swing. They go all the way down. So, oh man, I'm pointing at Jen the whole time. You didn't see any of that, right? So basically, this was already. Watch it. This thing's heavy, and I'm in flip flops because I just woke up. So when that is standing up straight, they'll all be like the bottom, and you could put one on that side, one on this side, one on that side, one on this side. And what you will do is you'll line up next to your buddy, and you give them, both of you have like 6 rounds, or 10 rounds, or 12 rounds. Let's do 12. and you say, ready, go. And you give 30 seconds or till you run dry or whatever. You could play so many different things with this and see who has more on their side. And that would be the loser. So it's like a dueling tree. Another way of doing it is setting them up on one side, and then you say go, and you want 30 seconds on the clock or whatever, and see how many you get on your side. There's all types of fun little games, and it makes shooting fun. A lot of guys that in my shooting experience, especially in the civilian world, you go to the range and you're trying to shoot the center of the target out, and most people that don't shoot a lot are just trying to hit the center of the target or anywhere near it. And when you get better at it, and that could get boring. So when I go to the range with my buddies, we will set up targets, and I will tell my buddy, okay, send a magazine downrange, shoot to center target. And from there, I will be able to tell if they could shoot at all. Because if they have a group like that, I'm like, this guy's a good shot. Until we get someone to actually get a group in the center of target, we will continue to put up that one target for them and try to figure out their marksmanship and what they're doing wrong with it. Because you can't have fun if you're guaranteed to miss steel targets or anything over and over and over. And then when you graduate from actually making a group, we usually then start having fun. Like we'll go, and my buddies always loved going with me because we'll have a little competition. I'm big on competition, and most people, that's one thing they hate about me, and some people love about me, is we'll set up a post target or something, and I'll be like, okay, everyone load their weapon with 1 round. Whoever could put that bullet in the other guy, in the post target's barrel, because he's holding like a little 380, or a 38 special, I think he's holding, wins. And so everyone, would get their chance up at the range, send that bullet down, and we'll spot them. And the guy that puts it the closest to the gun will win. Things like that makes it fun at the range, especially if you don't have a range like this and you can come out here and just screw around, do anything you want. You want to make it fun. When I was in the Marine Corps, usually every range we went to was not fun. It was work. And it was not fun because you were already miserable by the time you got to the range, and you're under stress and people yelling at you constantly, and this is what we're doing this and this and this, or you're rushing, 400 yards until you're able to shoot your gun. By the time you got there, you were dying. You just want to shoot the 10 rounds or whatever you got and go ahead back of the line so you could take a rest. So yeah, so when you actually know marksmanship, I'm just running on and on and on now, but when you actually know a certain degree of marksmanship, it's fun to go to a range with your buddies and have a little friendly competition. And the more you practice, the better you become. And I'm nowhere near as good as a lot of people that you see on the internet, because that's all they do. All they do is shoot. And maybe once I get all this other stuff done, every time I'll come up to the cabin, I'll shoot, and I'll make my skills even tighter than they are. And I used to, with my buddies, shoot every month, once, twice a month, go to the range every Friday night. And my grouping went from like this to this. The thing about marksmanship, once you learn it, you don't really forget it. It's like riding a bicycle. And all you do is get better. The less you practice, those groups may open up on you. Things happen over time, injuries, and you might have to readapt, but you understand marksmanship. You might have a bad hand, your hand shakes, you got arthritis when you get old, your elbow's screwed up. But more you practice and work around those disabilities, you will still be able to create that group. As long as you could do this and your eyes are working, you're good to go. But it takes practice. All right, that's enough of me rambling. I'm kind of disappointed, but I'll go to Home Depot. I will get the bolts for the dueling tree, and next time I come up, I probably be with Vinny. Me and Vinny could test it out. There were some bad reviews for this thing, but there was like 95% good reviews. Some people said that the target, the steel, was snapping. The weld was no good, but there was only a few negative out of like thousands of positive, and looks like people beat the shit out of this thing, and they just spray some more orange paint and keep going. And the thing they had for 4, 5, 6 years, and they used it quite a lot. Then you get these people that like, I set it up, I shot it my first time, and one of the things broke. So I don't know, maybe that one got by the inspection, had a bad weld or something. But that being said, let me stop rambling. At this point, I was thinking about going over there and popping off a couple rounds, but I guess I'll wait till next time. So I will see you all on the next episode of Liberty Creek. Thanks for tuning in to this one. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell up above, so you know when I have new content. We have been doing a lot, and if you've been following, a lot of work on the property for basically I'm doing all the work on a Saturday, half a Saturday, because I still try to keep it fun for Jen when she comes up. We went in town yesterday, we went to the store, we went to the flea market again. I just don't want her sitting up here staring at me doing work. And she reads her book and she takes her naps and she helps. She did a lot of work yesterday, and but we get a lot done because we do it. So get off that couch on the weekends. I don't care what you got to do. Go clean the basement, whatever is on the to-do list. Go outside. It's almost time to start, you harvest your garden. It's time to tear up all that shit and get rid of it. You got to do these things. It's the only way it gets done. Whatever it is, you got to fix that step on the deck, whatever it is. I have a lot of loose ends that I have to do. But some of you had these loose ends for years, and you just, every weekend, I'm tired. I'm going to sit here and watch TV all day. I'm going to wait till nighttime to go out to the bar with the boys. All day you're just sitting around twiddling your thumbs while you could be doing things to better your household. Get out there. Stop being freaking lazy. Wake up on the weekends. Stop thinking sleep is the only, what you should be doing. That's your goal for the weekend, to sleep until 11 o'clock. No. Stop wasting your life. Get out there. Get up. Stop being a lazy ass. I could go on and on and on. The biggest thing, could be my ending rant, that a lot of you like. A big pet peeve of mine is laziness. I hate laziness, and everyone might go through it in life a little bit. I know I did when I was a young man. I got addicted to video games in my early 20s because I was in the computer field, and I would play multiplayer games for hours every day. Jennifer would look at the back of my head at my computer desk because I would be playing online games, and it's an addiction. And the best thing I did was join the Marine Corps, because once I did that, the video games, I've never got addicted to video games since I've been in the Marine Corps. And after Marine Corps, I even tried several times to start playing games again. I just can't get into it. I just cannot get into it like I was at one time in my life. It's the best thing ever. Stay off the video games. You waste your life. Don't do it. All right, folks, so that's the end of this episode of Liberty Creek. Thanks for joining us. Hit that notification bell so you know when I have new content. Hit the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber already. Check if you are. If you stumbled across this video, we're up here almost every weekend doing some type of work on the off-grid cabin. So go ahead, hit that subscribe, follow Jen and I in our adventure of making our off-grid cabin in the land that we own better for us, to bug out on, to chill out on, to relax, and just escape the craziness of the work week. So thanks everyone for watching this episode, and we'll see you all on the next one. Everyone, hope you have a great week. Until I see you again, stay motivated, get out there and do something. Peace.